Good evening, everybody. My name is Bubby Craft, and tonight we're building a locomotive in the Permafrost world. So let's get started. I also want to just take a second here to just reveal that this will be the locomotive that will be part of the series for the Permafrost adventures. I'm probably not going to do green because I really can't afford green at the moment, but I might be able to do black. So what I'm going to try to do is just build this with the parts that I feel I would be able to get very easily in Permafrost, and I'm going to, kind of just make this the locomotive that transports stuff to and fro Charlie's base, and we'll kind of just go from there. So let's get started. Okay, to start, we're going to place down the single axle. We're going to come down here to the 020 standard, place that down, and then our next bogey is going to be within the triple axles. We're going to do the short 060 driver. You'll place that back 1, 2, 3 blocks from the center of the first bogey. With a clear hand, you're just going to right click the bogey until it's facing the other one, until the piston heads, or whatever those are called, are facing the first bogey, and just kind of do that a couple more times to hopefully get rid of the bug of the rotating bogey when you place it back into build mode. From there, we're going to grab some industrial iron. Just place that all the way towards the back, stopping right at the edge of the last driving wheel. We're going to go ahead and place one block on the front, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to build up a temporary wall, so to speak, around the locomotive so that we can easily place some boards, some copycat boards underneath. All right, once you've done that, we're going to place down some copycat boards, 1, 2, 3, and then a copycat layer. On the other side, 1, 2, 3, copycat layer. From there, we're going to build ourselves some temporary blocks again. Grab a copycat board, place it on the back of that block there, and on the back of that block there. We can get rid of those temporary blocks, and then what we're going to do from here is we're going to go ahead and place down some slices. We're going to click them in twice on that right there, and then we'll move on to building the rest of the pilot here. So what we have here is just a flat-fronted pilot instead of like a cow catcher where it slopes down. And what we've got is these copycat slices with the industrial iron supports on them. So that way we can make sure that it kind of looks like a little bit of a fencing, if you will, on the front here. And then we'll go ahead and place those down like so. We're going to place in industrial iron supports just like that on the front, or on these pieces here. And then we're going to grab a copycat copycat headstock. And I like to put buffers on my locomotives. You don't have to put buffers on your locomotives, and you can really use whatever type of coupler you want. Technically, this is a fictitious locomotive, so honestly, I could put the screw-link couplers from the British Railways on the front here, but it does look more like an American locomotive, so I will use an American coupler. And that being said, with the last time that I did an American locomotive, I used a British coupler because I thought it looked cooler. It looked more Wild West in that case, so whatever you want to do, it does not even matter. This is your build. Build it however you wish. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some industrial iron floor. We're just going to place the industrial iron floor inside of the copycat headstocks there, so that way it gives it a little bit of a different texture from the industrial iron. Once we have that, we're going to go ahead and grab a hold of a copycat half panel. The reason being, what we're doing here is we're making this look like it's dipping down, and kind of like these are the pieces holding onto things for us here. So we're going to crouch and click a half panel on both sides. My goodness, I got stuck. And then we're going to crouch and click a panel on the front of those. Grab back a hold of your industrial iron floor and use that to fill in your half panels. Perfect. That's going to be the front of our locomotive complete. With that being said, we can go ahead and ultimine the industrial iron blocks away, just to leave it so that we have these here for us. And we're just going to switch back to the industrial iron, regular industrial iron, and fill in our copycat boards. Oh, you know what? It actually got rid of all of the industrial iron. So we'll place back in the pieces there for us. Whoopsie. Next, we're going to place down 2 temporary pieces of industrial iron behind the first bogey. And we're going to place down a locomotive boiler on the top temporary block. And then another locomotive boiler. You can do whatever colors you want for this locomotive. I'm using what I feel like I can afford to actually make in Permafrost in survival. Because, obviously I'm making this in creative mode right now, but in the Permafrost series, I am doing that in survival. So I'm using whatever materials I feel are going to be easiest for me to acquire. And, with that being said, some of this stuff I don't know if I'm going to really be able to make, but hey, it's worth a shot, right? Excellent. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're just going to, after we've placed down our boilers all the way to the block past the second bogey, we're going to just start filling out the sides of the boiler here. And to do that, we're going to take our copycat layer, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so. I think it's actually 5. Yeah, it's just 5. There we go. We've got 5 there. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll repeat that on the other side. Oops. Perfect. Then we're going to go ahead and grab a hold of a depot, a bell, and a kitchen hood. I'm pretty sure I can make all of these. We're going to place a depot on top of the second piece of boiler. We're going to place a couple copycat layers, 6 on the back here, and a kitchen hood in the middle. And then let's go 2. We want it to be able to be just barely able to be seen here. That does look a little bit weird, so we're just gonna scooch that back down one more there. And I'm taking off that back boiler because it looks like I took off the boilers. I'm only going to be using the boilers as kind of like a guide, if you will, for how the locomotive is being built. Perfect. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a black local metal smoke box. We're going to place that right smack in the middle here. And then a peculiar bell off of the side of that. You can really use whatever type of bell you want here. Honestly, I have a bunch of these bells, as you saw in the Christmas special from TV, so I could use that as a bell if I wanted to, and honestly, that would be perfectly fine too. So we've got that, and I'm gonna grab a smokestack. It's gonna be the coal burning smokestack, as well as a floodlight. I'm gonna go with the brass floodlight because it looks, I don't have the buffers and beams mod to put on the American headlight, so I'm just gonna use the create floodlight from Design and Decor, and right click that to turn it on. Perfect. So at this point, your locomotive should look like this. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start kind of bringing things together to make things look a little bit more like a locomotive. So first things first, we're gonna place down a temporary block right here on the side. Oh, we can't. Okay, we can't there either. You know what? Maybe it'll just let us do this. No, it won't. Interesting. Oh, wait. We'll do it off the side here. Duh. So we're gonna click a layer down twice, like so. And then we're just gonna grab a copycat slice. Place that on the bottom. Bringing this out 3 times actually, so that we have a little bit of a steep, or a little bit of a step, rather. So 1, 2, 3. Come down here and 1, 2. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and with a diagonal girder, place down a diagonal girder on either side there. So it's connecting into the boiler. Off of that, I'm going to place a copycat pipe. Come on. There we go. Click down 2 copycat pipes. Like so. You can place a pipe in the middle if you want to connect things together so that it looks like that. For decoration purposes, I'm going to leave it open just so that, you know, I kind of like how that looks. It's just like another piece of the locomotive hanging off of the boiler kind of thing. And then our next step is going to be, we're going to grab a hold of a copycat half panel as well as the copycat half layer. And the reason for the half panel is going to be, we're going to place down, like so. We're going to place down 1 there, 2, 3. So we've got 4 running back to the cab. The cab will start right here. We're going to do that on the other side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now what we're going to do with our copycat half layers is I'm just going to come over here really quickly and just double check. Okay, so I've got a full block there. So I think black loco metal is going to be the easiest for me to grab. So I'm just going to place black loco metal right there. And then I'm going to take the copycat half layer, place that 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a bit of a shape here. And actually, I need to go ahead and grab another piece of that black loco metal, place it back twice. We're going to do that. Now, on the locomotive that I chose to base this off of, there was a little bit of a slant downwards. So I'm going to just replicate that again. Kind of like so. So there's just a slight slant downwards. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. There we go. Excellent. And then you can really use whatever textures you want. I'm going to have to just build this out and then contemplate what textures will be easiest to get and then decorate the locomotive. And I'll show you what the finished build is going to look like for Permafrost as soon as I have that taken care of. So that will be part of this video. Don't worry there. We're going to grab a copycat board. Place down a copycat board on either side there, as well as there. And then I'm going to grab just a temporary block because this is creative mode. Place down 2 temporary blocks. Copycat board on either side of that. And then a copycat panel will make up the sides here. The reason we want a copycat panel here is just because it's going to make it so that it sticks out a little bit better. You'll see. I'll explain more here in just a second. Take those off. But see, we have a little bit of a lip here. And then we're going to take our half panel and place that half panel there, as well as there. And then I'm going to grab the industrial iron window. Place that industrial iron window on the inside here. So that's going to be our window. And on the back of the cab here, we have a couple of vertical slices. That's a really good idea, Bubby. That's a really good idea, as well as a couple of copycat There, got that taken care of. So we're good there. We're gonna grab a hold of a shaft and a bracket. Come down here, place the shaft just along there like so. Break these underneath there so we can place the bracket on the bottom. Place the tracks back down. And then on top of that, we're going to place a copycat layer filled with the industrial iron. We're going to grab a hold of a copycat layer again. Place a copycat layer underneath the vertical steps. And of course, fill that in as well. Then realize that you forget your seats and put your seats in. Perfect. So that's going to be the inside of our cab. We're going to go ahead and place down just a very quick roof. And there we go. That's a pretty quick roof. So I did a level 3 half layer, level 4 half layer, level 5 layer, level 4 half layer, and level 3 half layer. And that's going to complete the locomotive itself. You can, if you wanted to, you can put a placard on the front. I don't know how to build that in survival yet, so I'm not going to put a placard on it just yet. I'm going to figure that out first. Also, you're going to want to put windows on the inside of your cab, like so. This space right here, you can go ahead and put a fluid tank. Let's grab a fluid tank. And we're going to grab a whistle as well. We can remove that boiler. What we're going to do is we're going to place the fluid tank right there. And then the whistle right there. I'm going to make it a deep whistle by clicking it in. Like so. And, you know, we're going to grab a copycat layer. Like that. And let's grab a copycat slice. So I forgot these two. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Are those actually 4? No, they're 3. Okay. Yeah, okay. We're matching exactly. And you can put down the layer and put the layers wherever you want. This is a fictional locomotive, so you can make this really look however you want it to look. And I'm going to do a little bit of camera magic and have this thing be textured. Alright, here is what our locomotive is going to look like. I did take a little bit of different liberties and approaches. I put a hull in here, for example. I got rid of the boiler in here. Kind of just did a couple of different things just to make it work. I made it a little bit more survival friendly for me. It's mostly out of deep slate, which gives it kind of a gray, silverish look to it, which I kind of like. So I think it looks really neat. And this is definitely something that I can build in survival, and that'll be great. And I put down just a basic tender. I placed down 2 blocks of industrial iron and then a bogey. And I did the, what is that? Hold on, it's the double bogey with the arch bar wheel. That's right. So, double axle bogey with the arch bar wheel, and then 3 industrial iron, then another bogey, and then 1 industrial iron. I placed down on either side of the center, I placed down a level 7 and a level 6 half layer. The reason being is we're going to place a coal block, a polished coal block. I think I'll be able to grab this in survival as well, but we're going to run a polished coal block all the way down the side here, and then I'm going to grab the industrial iron plating. Well, instead of the plating, I think I'm going to do the flooring, so it has just a little bit of a different texture to it, like that. And then I'm going to grab a copycat half panel and run that just down along the side here. Like that. I'm also going to place a half panel right there on the bottom of the step. And then right there on the bottom of the step. Can that go in? No, it can't. So we want to grab the industrial iron support, place that there. Yeah, that one, just like that. Create the same thing on the other side. Support, or panel, fill it with support, make it look natural, like so. Perfect. And then what we want to do is we want to place down just a couple of blocks, just a couple of different things to make things just look and feel a little bit different than what they would be normally. And I think that's a bunch of copycat plates. Oh, it's half layers. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I placed down some half layers here and there. I went with a full block of polished deep slate on either side. We're going to leave this middle open for another set of train controls. So as a matter of fact, let's just grab that and place that there. And then I went down from the train control in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of polished deep slate, then a piece of industrial iron floor, and then a gray locomotive smoke box. On either side of these two is just going to be a full piece of polished deep slate, and then you just need to bring up some copycat half layers to level 8, so basically a full slab. But the reason you're going to do full slabs is because the textures connect like that, so that way it's one continuous square, kind of similar to right here. These connect a little bit better. These still have like that hole in the middle, but I kind of like the way that looks. So that way it's like an offset logo on the side. But yeah, you're going to need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of copycat half layers on either side. And then along the side here on the industrial iron floor, you're just going to run a copycat half panel just along the sides there. And you can really put whatever block you want on the sides here. I just did a little bit of a jutting out kind of thing, so that way it just juts out a little bit. Looks neat. Actually, that looks kind of cool, so we'll do that. Then you have to make a decision from here. Do you make a large tender or do you make a small tender like I have? So the choice is really up to you, but this is where you can just put in some of your own little creativity and things like that. So we would do 1, 2, 3, 4, level 4 there, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like so. You can put yourself a full block's worth of half layers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that actually doesn't connect. How did I do that? Oh, I see what I did. My bad. So from here I went 4, 2, 3, 4. That's a full block there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just run your copycat half layers all the way down to about here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the back side, you can place a valve. And we'll grab some ladders so you can be able to climb up. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to change the back here as well. Those need to be a full block so that the ladder can go there. That's right. Just like that. That actually looks cooler too. And then what we're gonna do is just scooch down like so, place a half panel there and then a half panel there. Repeat the process again. Half panel, half panel. Just like so. I actually have a slice there. I think that's better. Less invasive, if you will. There. And you can put whatever block you want there. I went with the Locomotive, the plated black Locomotive. I actually think that looks kind of cool. There's that. We're gonna grab our copycat buffers. Place some buffers. We'll grab the American looking locomotive. And let's put black riveted Locomotive on the back, because that actually looks kind of cool. Yeah. That's looking really neat. Let me fill in the top of this here and I'll be right back. Alright, I filled in the top. Now I'm gonna run some slices down the side, like so. Just to kind of finalize and tie things in together. Just like so. And you know what? Let's grab industrial iron. Place that on there. There we go. That completes our locomotive for Permafrost. One thing that you can do as well, and this is actually kind of cool, we can actually place a copycat layer on the top here. And then let's grab a copycat trapdoor. And we're gonna do a black Locomotive smoke box. Like so. Something like that, maybe. Let's put a layer there. There, trapdoor, so that way when you're sitting here, you know what? Let's do it like this. Yeah, let's do it like that. So that way when you're sitting here, you can just put this down and you can right click that and you'll be able to, you know, be zoomed out and driving and everything. So there we go. That's going to complete our locomotive. It's a really cool locomotive. When I actually put this into Permafrost, one thing that I may do is I may make this an actual tank, like an oil tanker, so that way it's like it is still an oil burning locomotive of sorts, but it's gonna have like an actual tank instead of a tender. But we'll see. I might still keep the tender and use the tender as well. We'll see. But that concludes our video here, our build, first ever build in the Permafrost world. Next time when I do the build, I'm going to try to do it in survival. I just really couldn't swing it. It's too much fun being able to do all the things in Permafrost and I'm just not resource rich enough to do a survival tutorial, but I'm gonna try to do another tutorial in the survival world, survival server rather, and we'll try to do that next time. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe for some cool stuff. Until the next time though, we will see you later. Okay, love you, bye!